Y'all don't give a fuck about them kids? So on this bonnet and do-rag debacle at Tuskegee University, if you don't know, Tuskegee University put out a policy statement for their students saying that they wouldn't allow them to wear pajamas, bonnets, slippers, do-rags to class and to the CAF, amongst other things, including requiring them to get an internship and to try and basically put themselves in the best place professionally before they leave this university. And you have people online that are equating this to anti-blackness, equating this to trying to escape the white gaze. Why are we in college? I don't understand. What are we in college for? We're in college to, one, learn about ourselves and our history, especially at an HBCU. That is the difference between a PWI. So if you went to PWI, this is not about you. The self-image of a lot of black children across the country is not great, based on societal norms that you find readily available at a PWI. We are trying to set a standard at an HBCU. I said we as a Howard graduate and one who is actively working with the university today, is actively working with other HBCUs today. We are trying to show these students that they can see themselves in that environment, in that light, in that professional light, while reminding them that that will not save them. Teaching them the history of how it hasn't. Teaching them that while you should show up in a way that you are reflecting that you respect yourself, the real self-respect starts before you put the clothes on. And so, do I think that a bonnet in class makes it so that you don't have self-respect? No, I don't. But do I think that asking someone to step it up a little bit, to give a little bit more effort, to especially at Tuskegee, where they built the fucking campus with their hands, literally, to show some sort of reverence for those people that came before you? Do I think that that's a problem? No. Do I think it's anti-black? No. Do I think that it's something that is preparing you to, what the stupidest shit I've fucking heard? Martin Luther King died in a suit. So you're saying he shouldn't have just gotten dressed that morning? Like, I don't understand what the logic is. An HBCU is a closed environment. There are very rarely white people there if they're not a professor or faculty. So where's the politics part of this respectability? When did it become wrong to have respectability as a black person for yourself, for your peers, for the history? When did it become wrong to require students in simply the environments where they are learning and conversing with each other, the CAF and the classroom, to not look like they just rolled out of bed? When did that become a problem? Why is that such an issue? Why is it such a hot button topic to ask for students at a private university who chose to go there for the legacy that they still uphold outside of this one line in a letter? I'm sick of you people, especially when you didn't go to a HBCU, talking about, well, that ain't gonna save nobody. Do you understand that that is 0.1% of the entire HBCU experience? Do you understand that an HBCU that requires you that is going to make sure that you're able to do it? That your peers are going to make sure, like Sean is one of my best friends. You know how I met Sean? I need to borrow some pants for an interview. Sean gave them to me. We worked together to meet a standard. We both made it into the organization. We're both better for it. We both have kids that know each other because of that bond that we created together, trying to reach a standard for our university, not because there was a white man at the interview. Like, if you didn't go to a HBCU, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I don't care, because you don't understand that as someone who chooses to go to an HBCU, despite going when it could have been an easier road to go to a PWI, when it could have been something that, I could have gone to somewhere where, it's not as, I want to get a full experience. And HBCUs already have an issue getting people to come to them because we have this idea that they don't have a whole education when they do. And especially for black people, especially for black kids, which is my last part of this. For black kids, these are kids getting their first taste of the real world. They need to taste all parts of it. Did anybody say burn your do-rags when you hit the campus? No. If you want to wear a do-rag everywhere but class and the CAF, as they said, do that. I think it's great, my nigga. They sell them in velvet. Let's get one. But to ask kids to not have a standard as if you're helping them, because I don't see any opposite. I don't see any opposite conversation. I don't see anybody saying, okay, don't dress professionally and avoid the white gaze. Do this instead. When you ask them, Do you wear that to work? Oh, what? Anecdotes, bullshit. Y'all don't give a fuck about them kids. You don't give a fuck about them kids. You want to hear yourself talk and pretend as if them trying to step to a certain standard is a problem. It's not a problem to ask for the bar to be a little bit higher. It's already a little bit higher. And these kids chose to go to a place that is going to acknowledge that the day that they walk in. And so setting them up for success is what the HBCU experience is about. Are HBCUs perfect? No. Is any fucking university perfect? No. Send your kid to Clemson so they can get sexually fucking assaulted, so they can get whatever. This happens on HBCU campuses. They happen on PWI campuses. These are things that happen. But y'all's idea that the ability to walk to class in pajamas is liberation is fucking asinine, and it's dumb, and it's wrong, and it's not helping these kids. In your real life, wear whatever you want, but when you're in a school that is helping prepare you for a world that will not understand all the time, you should know how to show up in a way that's gonna help you get the job maybe and help the next person.